Hey, welcome back to Business 101 Online. We are introducing module number 8 to you, and just wanted to say a few words. First of all, this particular module is on leadership and employee motivation. And quite frankly, this is something that is really, really close to my heart. This is the heart of my executive coaching and consulting practice. And so I've spent a great deal of time teaching, studying, working with actual real-world leaders to improve their practice and, of course, the practice in their organizations. So I'm really excited for this module. I hope that for many of you, you find this to be something that's not only interesting, but something that might be something you want to do in your lives. So let's talk a little bit about this module. What are you going to see in module number 8? Well, first of all, the very first thing out of the bat, on a very practical note, is you are going to see that we have a major problem in American business, and we have had it for quite some time. And that is what we call employee engagement. Employee engagement refers to the degree to which someone feels passionate, involved, cognitively and emotionally engaged with their work. And of course, as you might guess, if your employees are engaged mentally, emotionally, then they are far more likely to give you their best effort, to work hard, to turn in great performance, right? And of course, if your employees are something less than engaged, you probably have some problems. Well, guess what? What you're going to see in the first couple of videos in this module is that in the United States, employee engagement rates typically hover around 30%. That's right. More than 2/3 of American workers are not really engaged with their work. They show up, they're there for the paycheck, they're not really that passionate or interested about their job, they're really just in it for the paycheck, right? And so think about this. As a leader, if you desire, if you have ambitions in your life to lead others, this is going to be a huge challenge for you. How do you motivate your employees to give more performance that more closely matches their potential and what you expect of them, what you desire of them, right? That's really what we're talking about in this module. And the first premise I would tell you is essentially that you really can't lead people until you understand people, until you understand what drives them, what motivates them, what they dream of, what they fear, right? And that's a great deal of what you'll get in this module. Different theories about how people are motivated, academic, scientific, behavioral, psychological theories about human motivation. So for instance, you will encounter one of the earliest theories of human motivation, Abraham Maslow's pyramid of needs, the hierarchy of needs. You may be familiar with that. You may have already learned that or been introduced to Maslow, perhaps in a psychology class somewhere or something like that, right? And that is one of the very first theories on human motivation. It's useful in that sense. It was one of the first theories we talked about, but we really don't talk about it that much anymore. And you're going to see other theories, more contemporary theories, like the expectancy theory, the equity theory. You can see several different ways that researchers have really studied what motivates employees, right? You're also going to see some of the tools of effective leaders. For instance, one of the most effective tools a great leader can have is emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence will be discussed in one of the video lectures. What is it? Why is it important for leaders? In fact, I would probably tell you that of all the skills you can have as a leader, your interpersonal emotional intelligence is probably the most important skill, especially as you get promoted and become a leader at higher and higher levels of the organization. It's that important, right? So I invite you to take a look at that. And then the very last thing we're going to show you is non-textbook material. The content in the last video comes from my executive coaching practice and the data that supports that, not from the textbook. And that really is trying to answer the question, universally, no matter what industry you're in, what domain you're in, what do your employees want? And to know what they want and to be able to deliver it to them is going to exponentially increase their performance. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a little company out of Chicago. I am friends with the founder. They were actually just voted recently, once again, the #1 business to work for in America. The best business to work for. If you're an employee, it's the best place to work in America. And you should be interested in that. You should be curious. How did they accomplish that? And you'll see that story played out in a couple of the videos I give you in this module. So I'm excited for you. I hope that for some of you, you have the ambition in your heart for your career to someday lead others. And if that is you, then I welcome you to this module. I think that, honestly, in my practical experience, leadership isn't for everyone. But if you are really desiring to lead others in some point in your career, and no matter what your major, right? If you're a business major, awesome. If you're a nursing major, awesome. If you're an English major, awesome. If you really want to seek a leadership opportunity in your future career, well, my friends, this module is for you. Alrighty. It also will have your next lecture response written assignment. So make sure you attend to that and get that turned in by the deadline. And always, if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to get a hold of me and we can find a way to answer your questions. But welcome to Module 8. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it engaging. I hope you find it that it piques your interest. Alrighty. Take care. We'll see you in Module 8.